Point of interest is a fantastic feature that will help you get these fantastic shots around, well, point of interests. But this function has a major drawback, and that is that you need to be on top of your object to mark the center of the circle before you're adding a radius. And this is not always possible due to various reasons. Is there another way if you just want to capture that fantastic shot? Yes, and I will share this power tip with you after the intro. Improve your drone footage by subscribing to my weekly tips, tests and tutorials. Under normal circumstances, if I had to circle an object, I would do it manually. But if you're new to the hobby and don't feel comfortable about doing that, point of interest might be your thing. On top of this, you can run into situations which I did, as I would explain later in this video, that forced me to do something else than flying it manually. But as mentioned, you need to be on top of the object that you plan to film. This could lead to all sorts of trouble if you're not allowed to fly over the object, or if a lot of people is around the object that you plan to film. Luckily, there's another way, and that is to use active track to do almost the same thing. In this case, we are not tracking an active moving object, but using it to track a stationary object and using the part of the function that allows you to circle around it. You might be wondering, isn't this functionality just the same? Yes, more or less. But where point of interest is depending on GPS location, active track is a vision-based system. Because of that, the active track version of point of interest might not work under all lighting conditions. Let's give it a go and see how it looks. As you can see, the result looks pretty okay. It might not give you the perfect circle that you get with point of interest, but it will give you a circular motion that is nice and smooth. Is this better? This is basically up to you to decide, but I will definitely be tempted to use it once in a while. During a recent trip to Spain where I wanted to film a tourist attraction, I ran into major problems with 5.8 GHz in CE mode that kept interrupting the connection between the controller and the drone constantly. That prevented me from doing this really smooth panning shots that I normally do around objects. So I came up with this alternative approach to use active track instead of point of interest. Let me show you what I got out of it. The cool part about this approach is that it makes the drone immune to interference between the controller and the drone itself, that you often see by using 5.8 GHz in CE mode. All the action happens internally in the drone and it's not being interrupted, which often prevents you from doing these really smooth motions. So that's pretty smart. So what do you think about this approach? Comment below the video with your best flight tips. By the way, do you know why you need to use an ND filter with your drone? I made a video about this that will put you on top of the filter game. You can access this video by this card. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.